Hello everyone, my name is Dmytro and I work at the Department of Plant Ecology and Evolution. In our group we studied this small plant species known as shepherd's purse or Capsella bursa-pastoris. And you might think it's just another weed, but it's not. It's one of the most common weeds in the world. And we try to understand how this humble weed has conquered the world. Capsella bursa-pastoris is special not only because of its ubiquitous distribution. It's a hybrid between two species, and it has doubled chromosome number, so it's a tetraploid. And as you can see from this picture, Capsella grandiflora has very large flower. This is because it's an outcrossing species, and it needs to attract pollinators. On the other hand, the other two species have small flowers. This is because they are selfers, so they don't need to attract pollinators. Selfing is beneficial when a species spreads into a new environment, because one plant can establish a whole new population. And as you can see on this map, outcrossing Capsella grandiflora has very narrow distribution range, but Capsella orientalis and Capsella bursa-pastoris, which are selfers, occurs much wider. Nevertheless, Capsella bursa-pastoris is more successful than Capsella orientalis, and this is maybe because of its tetraploidy. Maybe because of this tetraploidy, it better adapts to different environmental conditions. We know that Capsella bursa-pastoris consists of three genetically differentiated populations that are located in different environmental conditions. We call them Europe, Middle East, and Asia. We look at the gene expression differences between these three populations to find any adaptive variation. But we found that most of the differences between these three populations could be explained by neutral processes, such as genetic drift. So if there is no adaptation at the molecular level, maybe we can find it at the phenotypic level. So we perform a common garden experiment. We took plants from all three populations and grew them in Sweden and in China. And if there was local adaptation, we would see that European samples perform the best in Sweden because they are local, while samples from Asia perform the best in China because they are local there. But we did not see that. Actually, it was Middle Eastern population that performed the best everywhere. So it seems like Capsella bursa-pastoris is not locally adapted, so maybe it's just better competitor with other species. We performed a competition experiment and found that indeed Capsella bursa-pastoris is as good competitor as Capsella grandiflora and much better than Capsella orientalis. And here I would like you to think about selfing. You all know that inbreeding is bad, that's why we don't mate with our relatives. But if you are selfer, it's even worse, because basically plant mates with itself, and it has very negative consequences. You can see it on performance of Capsella orientalis. But it seems like when you are tetraploid, you can overcome all these negative consequences. And Capsella bursa-pastoris benefits from the both road. It is as good competitor as the outcrosser, and it is spreading as a selfer. Currently, we use genomics tool to better understand how tetraploidy benefits Capsella bursa-pastoris. Thank you for your attention.